Adam, a 0-0 draw tonight with Halifax Town. What was your assessment of the game?
I thought it was a good game. I thought it was a really good contest for us. Obviously, we needed that step up in challenge, having played three sides from the counties and got minutes into us. So it was important that we got a sterner test tonight, and I thought we equipped ourselves incredibly well against a very good side. I think they obviously had two different 11s out, so I think the longer the game went on, they had that little bit of freshness, and in the latter stages we obviously had a few young lads on there, and we were a little bit disjointed, a couple of players playing out of position, but pleased with the clean sheet. Thought we moved the ball quite well at times, asked one or two questions at times, and defended in the main quite well. Can't really remember all that many times where they really carved us open. So all in all, a good night.
In the first half in particular, we seemed to create a few more chances than they did as well and get on the front foot.
Yeah, I would agree. I thought we looked a bit of a threat, and I felt the longer that the half went on, we made better choices with the ball. We at times looked a little bit too long earlier on in the half, and then at times we maybe were a little bit too patient with the ball when we maybe needed to try and penetrate a bit earlier and ask a few more questions. But I felt as the first half went on, we started making better decisions in possession, and retain the ball, suck them on, then went a little bit longer. So it just take a little bit of time. Obviously, James's first run out there, he's going to be a real handful, but we've got to learn how to best utilise him, and obviously we need to get him and Jimmy functioning together, and if we can play to their strengths and learn how to kind of get balls into them and put balls into them areas at the right times, then I think we can ask questions of any defence.
Saw a few players playing in different positions. Joel started at the back, Dave went up front in the second half. Are they just filling in at the moment for pre-season, or are they viable options looking forward if needed?
Yeah, well, I mean, Joel's, he's more than capable of playing there. I thought he was really, really good, and we know how good a footballer he is. He's just got so much composure and quality, his range of passing. He can really distribute the ball very well from that position, and he gives us a natural balance. So it's not where we're planning on playing him as his first position, but we certainly know that he's a viable option for us should we need to put him there. So it was important that we had a look at him in that position, and I thought he did incredibly well. And then Dave, really it was just a case of putting him up there because he's experienced, he's cute, he gives you that little bit of physical presence, and I felt that with us getting a good 45 minutes into James, obviously not having Jimmy back available yet, we just needed somebody up there to give us a little bit of a focal point, and I felt that he did that very well for the 20 minutes in the second half, and then credit to the youngsters who came on, Louis and Mitchell, later on in the game.
You mentioned James getting his first 45 minutes there, Chris Atkinson as well getting 70 odd minutes as well, so it's good to see those players getting on the pitch for us and getting those minutes into their legs.
Yeah, and they needed them. James certainly will benefit from having that 45, as will Chris. We managed to get 75 into Chris, which is good. He's a fit lad anyway, but you need minutes on the pitch and in your legs. So he'll be better in the next game for having that game time. And also Luke Parkin, because he played half an hour on Thursday night, and then he didn't quite feel comfortable. So we obviously brought him off, but we managed to get a good 70 minutes into him, and he was goosed by the end. But we'll just drop the load down in training now on Thursday and get the lads ready to go again on Saturday. But I think we've managed the minutes for the players quite well so far. We've probably got one or two who've probably played a few more minutes than we would have liked ideally, but everybody seems to be in quite good health, and once we get Jimmy back, then we'll be somewhere close.
Yeah, looking ahead to Saturday, Colin, is that the game where we're looking to get Jimmy back and get him and James playing together, or will he not be quite ready?
We'll have to just wait and see. He's still poorly, he's not been well for a week now, so we'll just have to kind of assess where he is on Thursday. We're certainly not going to rush it. We won't rush any player back, certainly for pre-season games. Ideally, we will have a look at the pair of them together at some point next week, if not at the weekend. But we've got lots of options. You know, whether we play with the pair of them or whether we play with just one of them and lads down the sides of them, we've got loads of options, and that's exactly what we'll need going forward. You know, every man that we've got in the squad will be needed, and they will play the part. It's a long old season. There'll be different games where we might go with a different approach tactically, and everybody will be required. But we certainly, you know, will be experimenting and looking at Jimmy and James together at some point. Hopefully it'll be Saturday, but we'll just have to wait and see.